and fantastic interviews. So remember, tune in at 3 p.m. on Thursday, right here on KCAA 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and 102.3 FM. Ciao.
Hello and welcome to Let's Go Shopping with Bev. This show brought to you by Starflight Entertainment. Music by Dr. Bombay and the Blue Machine Band. Song title, Living in Paradise. Now here's Bev.
Well, welcome to the show, everybody, and I hope you're having another great Thursday. And remember, when you're driving home, before you get on the freeway, get yourself a nice iced tea, a hot tea, a coffee, put up some good jazz on the radio, and just cruise on, because them freeways are getting worse every Thursday. Why? Because Thursday is the most busiest shopping day of the week. And we all get out of work and we all want to do everything at the last second. So just chill out and have some fun with it. And this show, if you happen to see my post this morning, that I mentioned that Cliff from Cliff's Pest Control, one of my dearest, oldest friends. I know in Cliff now, it seems like, how many centuries, Cliff? About 5?
It's been a while.
It really has been a while. And he is from Cliff's Pest Control. The best, if you want to get rid of buggies, you got to listen to this man, because this is the man that knows the business about buggies. And then also we are waiting for our second guest, Jim Keller, and he is on the way. He's caught in traffic somewhere, so as soon as he gets here, he'll pop in. So without any further ado, let's introduce Cliff. Hi, Cliff. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, with spring and summer coming, and everybody wants to redo their gardens and the flower beds and the lawns and everything else, they got to get rid of them little buggy guys, huh?
Well, some of them, yeah.
Okay, so tell us, what buggies do we keep and what buggies do we get rid of?
Well, I mean, this is the time the ladybugs are hatching too, so lacewing and ladybugs you do want around. They eat a lot of insects.
Mm-hmm.
You also want to leave the bats around. They eat 1.5 times their body weight, maybe 1.25
Really?
every night.
Are you kidding?
No, they're very good, very very useful, very beneficial.
I haven't seen a bat in years.
Well, you're there at night, so we're not out at night as much as we used to be.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And what? Let's say you have them. Oh God, I forgot the little green bug things. They have like little antlers on their head. I seen a couple of those the other day, and I have no idea what it is.
I'm not sure. Your description didn't do me any good there.
Okay, well, it's about this long, or it was about this long, and it was a dark green color.
Well, sometimes those are people call them the tomato worms or something. I mean, they could be in there. That's kind of stuff you want to keep off of your garden, is the aphids and the caterpillar worms, and if you have a lot of ants, you also got to be careful, because they'll actually tend the aphids for their honeydew.
Well, if we're getting rid of the ants, can we get rid of some of the uncles too?
Yeah, we'll try.
Oh, good. I'll tell you, some of these relatives, they show up, they never know when they go, to leave to go home. Yeah. So you can come with that spray stuff and get rid of them, huh?
No, I'm limited to two or more pairs of legs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, fiddly fudge and foo-foo, And so, like you know what my yard looks like?
Yes.
And in the front by where the mailbox is, and the lavender is really coming out full force. I mean, last weekend I had a couple of minutes, so I started cultivating and, getting them nice. And now with them, what should I do to help them through, and what to look for and what to do?
I think just keeping them healthy, and maybe you could put some granules in to slow the insects that are inside it, because they're a little heavy. Same with vinca. Vinca.
Oh, binca.
Vink.
With a V. With a V.
Yeah.
Okay.
They also, it's a land. It covers it's has a lot of pretty flowers. So anything that's thick like that, you want to, maybe kill them down underneath in the thatch.
Uh-huh.
But I do more of the, treat outside the house for stuff coming in, or inside the house for stuff that is already in there.
And, well, when you said outside, too, what about a lot of the trees that we have?
Well, a lot of the trees, just keep them healthy, keep water on them, give them enough nutrients to stay alive. I mean, a healthy tree is a hard tree to kill.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, if you don't keep the tree healthy, they die. I mean, especially with some of the insects that we have, the boring beetles and such.
Well, let me ask you this. What are the 4 best buggies to keep? And what are the 4 worst buggies that we got to get rid of?
So on the worst, are you talking inside or outside?
Outside.
I would imagine grasshoppers, ants, aphid, and even though I have one that's in the middle, and that's spiders.
Oh, I hate spiders.
I know you do. But spiders can be beneficial because they prey on other bugs. So, quite frankly, I would say there's 3 that are the bad ones. Some roaches, oriental roaches. Oh, sorry. Anyways, the oriental roaches, the good bugs. The good bugs would be bees, lacewing, ladybugs, even wasps. Even though you don't like them, they're beneficial.
So them are the good guys to have hanging around.
Unless you make them mad. Bees and wasps might do some damage if you make them mad.
Well, hey, that's just like us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And, with us, we walk around with our baseball bats. Them poor little guys can't. They got to fly around.
Bees can fight back, trust me.
Yes, they can very, very badly. And then now with everything being in bloomed, and I'm not there all the time, so I really can't put in all the flowers that I want to, because of timing. And so, but with the roses are going to start popping out pretty soon and what have you. I heard from being back east and, being Sicilian, they had this where they would take orange skins and, buy a fresh orange and peel it and turn it upside down and put it around the plants. And that was attracting the good bugs, but getting rid of the bad bugs, And then around the tomatoes, we called them tomatoes. You call them tomatoes. I'll forget it's all the same day. And we started putting lemons around it. Now, did you ever do that, or is that just an old wives' tale?
I don't know that it's a wives' tale. I can't speak to it so much. However, in the citrus, there is an oil that does, it has its beneficial effects. They use citrus oil for mosquitoes to keep them away. So, the citrus oil in it is probably what's keeping bugs away. I don't know that it draws beneficial bugs. So.
Oh, okay. I got to check into that. And if you just tuned in, you're listening to Let's Go Shopping with Bev right here on KCAA 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind. And we are talking to the only one, the best bug guy on the universe, Cliff from Cliff's Pest Control. And no, I'm not saying that because he's my friend. He does the work up in my neighborhood. And this guy, you ask a question, he has the answer, and he doesn't fool around. Boom, boom, right to the point. And he gets rid of the buggies. Now we're trying to figure out how to get rid of some of the relatives. When we come up with that, we'll let you know. And Jim just walked in. Hi, Jim. How you doing?
Hey, how are you, Beverly?
Good. You call me that, and you're out the door.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay.
I made that mistake last week.
Yes.
I won't do that again.
Right. I always hated that name. And introduce yourself, Mr. Bordoff.
Oh, everyone knows me. It's Andrew.
Okay.
With the Entertainment Report.
Oh, boy.
There you go. Yes. And Cliff, another thing that I notice a lot of people have the tendency of doing is over watering. Gee, I wonder who that could have been that overwaters. But, with the different kind of bugs, the different kind of plants that we have, and as the water shortage is here, what are the do's and the don'ts about watering all of our trees and vegetables and flowers?
I would imagine you need to know what you need to do to the trees. I mean, and the vegetation. Sometimes having a avocado or a fruit tree in your grass, they take different amounts of water. So you need to develop your landscape so that the way you water is good. And of course, in Southern California, we're trying to do, low water landscape and natural landscape. So, again, a lot of people have put citrus trees and avocado trees in their grass, which take a different amount of water.
Yes,
So
quite a bit.
you just need to know, what to put with what.
And just keep an eye on it. So when they're out shopping and they're at the nursery or wherever they're Lowe's or Home Depot, if they're not sure, ask one of the guys that work there,
Yes.
right? Yeah,
Yes,
and then
or look it online or something too.
and then call you about the boogies.
Yeah, because this year we're going to have plenty of them.
Oh, yeah, because it's going to be a hot, warm summer, huh?
Yeah, and we did have kind of a wet winter. It's just weird weather. So I think if you're not treating your ants now, you're going to be in trouble in May and June.
And so for us to start treating them now, call you and have you come out and do your magic.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And the other thing I wanted to ask you, it's going to sound ridiculous, but think about it, right? A lot of families that have young children, little toddlers and stuff, and a lot of them really don't think about what's crawling around in their lawns or in their flower garden or whatever. What are the things that mom and dad or grandma, grandpa, whoever, should know and learn straight away about keeping the children away from different things?
Well, I think they better learn to identify the red imported fire ant. I've seen more of those this year already than I have in years past. So those can hurt you in a hurry. Hundreds of bites at one time.
Ouch.
And so you need to learn how to identify them. I'm not here to scare anybody, but little kids can get hurt fast. Know that when you're in the parks. Know that when you're on the playgrounds. Know that when you're in your own yard. We're seeing a lot of them already this year. That's bad. They're also not treated. They're hard to eradicate.
Why?
Because if you put the wrong pesticide on them or the wrong treatment, then they break up in groups and scatter.
Ah.
If you bait them right, you can get the whole nest. So it's not like you treat the other ants even. There's another ant called, I believe it's the ghost ant, and pharaoh ants. They too scatter. So you go ahead and treat in your cupboard. You treat in your cupboard, and they're going to go back and break up into different groups. Where Argentine ants, odorous house ants, those you treat, and then they just wait a while and come back. So baits work really good now. So we just have to be careful with your pets and your children.
Definitely. And especially, a lot of us have, well, I don't have a dog yet, but, eventually. But everybody with dogs and cats, right? And if you're orangutans or you have chickens on your property or whatever, then people ought to start thinking about all of them guys, too.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You have to treat accordingly. That's why baits work pretty good, because they go down into the thatch, after a little while. Or because a lot of people irrigate a lot, quite frankly, the irrigation will wash the pesticides down, but then we don't want it to go out into the rivers either. So
Right.
you just got to put the right amounts out.
And if you really, Don't even think about it. Just do what I tell you to do. You're going to be very happy, and you're going to thank me. If you're looking for the best buggy guy, call Cliff's Pest Control. Bump out your contact information.
Yeah, we're Cliffs Pest Control Inc. We're in San Bernardino, California. We treat the greater Inland Empire, and number is 909-887-1862.
One more time.
909-887-1862.
Well, good. See, we're going to keep on bumping that out, you know. Okay. And there's another question I wanted to ask you. You're probably saying, what's all the questions here? You know, I was thinking about this coming down the freeway today. Different things that some people should know about, right? What happens when you get the beehives and, you know, the little nests, they start putting them up underneath the eaves?
The wasps.
And the wasp and everything? Well, I found out the hard way back when I was like yay high at my auntie's house. Don't try to hit it with a broomstick. That doesn't work. You better run like you never ran before. So on something like this, and they're waiting for you, what should they be doing about this?
Well, I believe if you leave them alone, you're much better off.
Okay.
In other words, but if you do treat, have the proper things to treat with. With bees, you have to be real careful because bees that are somewhat docile, if you make them mad and they happen to be the quote-unquote killer bees or the Africanized bees, then instead of a couple hundred coming after you, you got maybe, 10,000 coming after you.
Holy crap.
So you don't want to agitate them. You don't throw the football at them. You don't throw the water on them. You just leave them alone and let somebody professional treat them.
Like you.
Especially like me.
Yeah. Cliff's Pest Control. Yeah. And now, before we have to go to break, would you please tell everybody, we should have did this in the beginning, but, I know you so well, we just get jibber-jabbing like we always do. And what is the one thing that everybody should know?
In regards to pest control?
Pest control, everything.
Well, the professionals, as far as I'm concerned, know how to limit the amount that they use. I believe that pest control operators, for the most part, are environmentally savvy.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, homeowners think if, 2 glugs of chemical is what you're supposed to use, or 2 ounces, that twice as much is better, but that's not the way it is. So I think the usage of the chemical is very important, mm-hmm. and probably the most important thing. And that most pest control people are environmentally savvy, and we drink the water.
Yeah.
We eat the food.
Yeah.
So for the most part, most of the technicians are conscious of that. And I don't believe most people know that.
And they should.
They should.
Yeah. Having a good pest control guy is like having a good doctor.
I believe, yeah.
Yeah, you can tell them what's going on. Well, don't do this. I'll be right there, or I'll make up get you an appointment, or whatever it takes.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes with the bees we can vacuum them up. It kills them. Yeah.
You vacuum them?
We could.
What do you have, a Hoover vacuum cleaner or what?
Yeah, you can use just a vacuum and get them, like a shop vac. But you better be in a suit.
And that head thing there, right?
Yeah, that's part of the suit, a bee suit. So there are times when you don't have to use pesticide. I've actually taken bees, cut them off a branch, put them in a box, and taken them to somebody that wants bees. However, now that the Africanized bees are around, you don't know one from the other when they're swarming.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really tell. There are ways to tell them apart, but not looking at them with the naked eye.
So then you call Cliff's Pest Control at
909-887-1862. That's 909-887-1862.
And then him and his team will come up, and the rescue Babille there, and he has cool trucks. He really does. They're looking cool trucks, and they'll have them big white suits on, and they'll have their Hoover vacuum cleaners with them. Yeah. They'll plug it in and get all the bees right out of there, huh?
Yeah, and we don't vacuum them out that often, but mm-hmm. Sometimes it's just easier to treat them. And sometimes you can vacuum them up. But again, somebody tells you vacuum them up is going to save them. No, because 90% of them hit the back of the vacuum and it damages them.
Oh, well.
Yeah, well.
You know, what are you going to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, we want to be careful with the bees, too.
Mm-hmm.
But there's plenty out there right now.
There is. And if you just tuned in, you're listening to Let's Go Shopping with Bev right here on KCAA 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listeners behind. And we have Cliff from Cliff's Pest Control at
909-887-1862. That's 909-887-1862.
And he is the best pest control guy ever. And I'm not saying that because, you know, he's with us, you know, and my whole neighborhood, you know, uses him. And I knew him for umpteen thousand years, it seems like, right? But no, that's a really good company. I highly recommend them. And anybody that knows me, I don't say that unless I can stand behind what I am saying. So call the man. And then don't think you can get your vacuum cleaner out tomorrow and go out there and, you know, start cleaning house without that white suit. Don't do that, okay? Call the man.
Be safe.
Be safe. And
That's
so we
B-E-E
safe, right. And you're going to stick around, right?
I'll stick around.
Okay. And Jim, hang on. After commercials, you're up, okay?
Beautiful.
Okay. And we're going to take a small break, and we'll be right back.
You put the boom boom into my heart. You send my soul sky high when your loving starts. Bang till my feet do the same. But something's bugging me, something ain't right. My best friend told me what to do last night.
KCAA. Hi, my name is Don, and I work with my wife Marie. We are holistic health practitioners specializing in magnetic therapy. Got pain, get relief. We are the Got Pain people. The benefits of magnetic therapy are speed up healing time, reduce discomfort and pain, reduce inflammation, detoxify your body, help improve blood flow. Got pain, get relief. We are the Got Pain people. With MD Jar Magnetics, we can be reached at 951-743-6903. We help to relieve pain without the dangerous side effects of drugs. Some of the other benefits of biomagnetism are a safe alternative for the treatment of over 500 ailments, including cancers, chronic back pain, migraines, asthmas, cysts, tumors, acne, arthritis, knee pain, sports injuries, broken bones, high blood pressure, diabetes, fibromyalgia, sciatica, multiple sclerosis, stroke recovery. It also helps reconnect the brain to the nerves. We are located in Yucaipa, and we are the Got Pain people. With MD Jar Magnetics, got pain, get relief. 951-743-6903. Once again, 951-743-6903. Got pain? Get relief. This is Don Sampius. I'm here to tell you about MD Jar Biomagnetics, otherwise known as the Got Pain people. What we specialize in is biomagnetic therapy. And what is biomagnetic therapy? It helps to reduce healing time. It helps reduce discomfort and pain. It reduces inflammation. It detoxifies. It improves blood flow. It promotes oxygen. It regenerates stem cell growth. It helps with cancers, chronic back pain, migraines, asthma, toothaches, tumors, fibromyalgia. If you have any of these symptoms, by all means, we could help you out. Call Don and Marie at 951-743-6903. We are located at 13641 Bryant Street in Yucaipa. Very easy to find. Just down the 10 freeway, get onto the county line off-ramp, and take it up to Bryant Street, and there we are. Or you could visit us in our Palm Springs office, 555 South Sunrise Way, unit number 303 in Palm Springs. Again, got pain, get relief. MD Jar Magnetics, the Got Pain people. 951-743-6903.
If you own or work at a restaurant, bar, or nightclub, here's an important message to help improve your bottom line. At Starflight Entertainment, we rent professional karaoke DJ systems. The monthly cost is affordable, and Starflight systems are easy to operate. For more information, call me, Rich, or Bev at Starflight Entertainment, 909-797-7291. Starflight karaoke systems have great sound, and Starflight provides a large selection of songs, everything from the 40s to today's latest hits. We at Starflight Entertainment will supply a professional karaoke jockey, or we'll train someone for you. The Starflight system can also be used almost like a jukebox during your slower times. Starflight Entertainment has been in business since 1989, and many bars, restaurants, and clubs have been customers for up to 10 years. Starflight covers San Bernardino, Riverside, Orange, and Los Angeles counties, and we can help improve your business. So remember the name Starflight Entertainment, and remember 909-797-7291.
Starflight Entertainment.
We're back, and I hope you liked our little commercials. And this music here, my house, this music goes to Jim. And why? Because you're going to find out in a couple of seconds what Jim and his team does. And I want Jim and Cliff to get together, because while they're doing the inside, Cliff can be doing the outside. See? Bada bing, bada boom, how this works?
Of the house.
Of the house.
Of the house.
Of the house, right.
I like it. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, and then in the cellar or the attic, you know, and there's a buggies in there. Yeah, the two of you got to get together.
Well, you know, bugs are huge in the real estate industry or in any home. I mean, literally the value of your home can be eaten away by bugs.
Because of buggies.
Yeah, I mean, and I see it all the time. I go out to houses that are literally chewed up from the inside out, and you really, it's interesting. You know, I'm not a termite guy, but I believe on the termite report it says visible damage. So there could literally be something there inside the house eating away. You don't even know it. You know, and then we go in and we do construction on homes, and we clean them up, and we do all these things, and we take something off, you know, that's on the perimeter, the exterior perimeter, and boom, there's termites everywhere. And the houses, if they were treated properly, if you had an ongoing treatment plan, if you, I'm sure, Cliff, that's the service you provide. But, you know, something like that is really needed to keep your asset. Most people's largest asset that they own is their home. And I mean,
That's right.
You pay to keep the tires good on your car or the oil. I just heard on the radio coming in, there's $1.3 trillion worth of automotive debt in America right now. You think about all of those cars that are out there on the road. They get maintenance. Maintenance is required. Well, the same thing is required with your best investment, which is your home.
Yes, that and a good Louis Slugger baseball bat.
The
The wood one, the old good wood ones
exactly.
from we were kids.
The one that has Bev on the
yes,
thick end.
That's the one.
Yeah, I know that one.
That's the one. And Jim, why didn't you bump out the name of your company? Because the way you told me, the way Rich told me, and the way I heard from the other guys, and I'm going,
Who is
how
this guy?
many names does one company have
So
here?
I operate under the name the Keller Organization, Inc., and we're essentially we're consultants. I mean, we deal in everything real estate, construction, these kind of things. I have a lot of property that on ongoing basis, I'm fixing, flipping, selling, you know, these type of things. I work with. We have real estate agents, we've got title companies, we've got attorneys, we've got paralegals that are all kind of on our side. None of those people work for me directly, but I contract with all of them. And the shopping venue that you've got here is great because we actually spent over $1 million on things last year. And you know, it's like that guy on the TV show. He owns that Landry's restaurant, and he calls himself the $1 billion shopper.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not quite there yet. Maybe someday I will be. But I love the idea that there is literally there's millions and even billions of dollars worth of services that some people and some companies pay for, and I want to be an expert at that. I want to make sure that every dollar I spend is spent properly.
You know the best way to be an expert?
Let's hear it.
Seriously.
I'm
Cliff, do you know?
Make the mistake first.
Bingo.
yeah.
That's it. And being
Beverly, Bev, I've made plenty of mistakes.
okay, but this is, I got to tell you this little story. This, you know what, when we're children and we're growing up, and your parents and your grandparents, your aunties and uncles, they all tell you different stories. And you got to be smart enough to figure out which is real and which is not, right? Well, my dad, and he was big. He was a big guy. And so on Sundays, everybody, after Mass, everybody come over for Sunday dinner and this and that. It was like a 9 o'clock movie, you know, with everybody in Brooklyn. That's the way my life was,
It
okay?
sounds like fun. Uncle Vinny and Aunt
Yes.
Marie, and oh, that sounds awesome.
Pretty much you got the story, right? And so he started talking to my Uncle Jim, his brother. And they were looking at some property that they were thinking about. Now, this is way back when, all right? And so he goes, hey, did you go over there and did you look at a place? And Jim goes, no. He says, get over there. He goes, why? He says, I want to see what is inside the wall. He said, the wall, right? And so they finally did, and that's what they found with, these, the cockroaches and everything else in this whole building. They found it in time, and they didn't take somebody from the family to go to do the repair. He says, never trust family. Never. Okay? Except 2 people. And then he went to the other side of the city, got a company. They came in, they cleaned it all up. Make a long story short, which is way too late, they got it all done, and they did a nice flip way back then. And so that's how I started learning about all of this. And he says, when you make that first mistake, whatever it is, he says, never forget it, because you won't do it again.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the same thing with buying and selling and everything else.
Well, he's shopping for a pair of jeans. I mean, we've all made a mistake. We got the wrong size. We got the wrong. I mean, I was at Kirkland a couple of days ago, and I bought a pair of pants I thought would fit. And, I don't know who they're getting the sizes for, but it certainly wasn't my size. But, I mean, we all live and learn, and that's a simple mistake. I could easily take it back and go.
It back, yeah.
But I've purchased 86. I've purchased literally thousands and thousands of dollars worth of things, and obviously we've made mistakes along the way. But you have to learn. We focus on correcting what we've on doing the good things more often. The bad things we kind of forget about and try not to do again.
There you
but
go.
we focus on doing the good things right. So if I come out and I consult with someone in their home and try to figure out, hey, what are we going to do here? There's think about it, if you're selling an $800,000 house and you're paying a 6% commission and another maybe 2% in cost, that's what, 8%? That's $64,000. I would say most of our listeners here haven't spent $64,000 on anything other than maybe the home they're in. I mean, it's a big decision, and understanding how to do it properly, what to do and right and wrong is hard to come up with. A lot of people, they see the TV shows out there and they think, oh, I'm going to paint, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do, they've got all these. It's kind of a blank canvas. There's a million things you can do. Okay, and what I'm more concerned about is Cliff. I want my termite guy to get in there. I want my property inspector to come in. I want to know, like, what are the bones right? Is it perfect? Once the bones are right, we'll worry about the makeup. We'll worry about making the paint look right and everything else. But if it's not right, if it can't walk, if it can't do what the things that other homes normally do, those have got to be corrected. And once you do that, you kind of have a backbone. I mean, if you think about it, if you've ever played a sport. And I've played a sport and I played injured, I'm not as effective,
There you go. And it was just like the other day when we were jibber-jabbering. And we were talking about the house that we were looking at. It was like the Mona Lisa. But the only thing that was missing was her lipstick.
Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah, there you go.
And what I learned in the couple of years that I've really been getting involved, and I'm getting more involved every day in real estate. It absolutely fascinates me, some of the stupid things people can do. Yeah, I just shake my head and go, okay. But anyways, what it is when we were joking around that on somebody's house, if you're buying, selling, whatever it is, right? People come in and everybody looks at everything differently.
Absolutely.
So don't think, okay, I can put on a pair of pearls on this one, and I can put a diamond on that one, and nobody's going to, they're going to notice the difference. But the thing is, when you go in there and you start looking, think yourself in your mind, what do you want, right?
Well, exactly.
And then you do your homework. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're doing right now is all of us are here to help you all out with the outside, with all the buggies and all that jazz, and the indoor buggies, and I'll give you the list of my relatives, and all of that, and then the do's and the don'ts, because this is part 3 of redoing your homes and property for spring and summer, guys. The faster you get it done now, one, it's going to be good because people have, the extra couple of minutes to give to you. The longer you wait, you're going to be on a waiting list. Forget about it, right? The longer you wait, the more money it's going to cost you. Forget about it. Do it now. Talk to the people that you trust the most.
So I want to add one thing to that, okay? And I
Yes.
think this is for me the most important part. I'm 53 years old. I'm like an expert at delayed gratification. I mean, I've just been, hopefully, more. I work. I don't have a big, palatial estate that I go home to. But what I have figured out is that if I'm going to, like, for instance, you're talking about spring cleaning or making the patio be right, or, doing a paver project, or maybe remodeling the kitchen or whatever that is, it's important that I want to enjoy that today. My daughter just purchased a home in Riverside, and she maximized her budget on the rehab, and she did as much as she possibly could. But we got the kitchen completely redone, we got the bathroom completely redone, we got the flooring in the living room and some painting done. There's still some exterior work that needs to be done, but she's there to enjoy that property right now. And I'm in her face every day saying, complete it, because what you don't want to do, and I know a lot of people out here can relate to this, is spend 11 years in the home and 10 years and 11 months, it's a mess, and in the last month, you fix it all up beautifully to get rid of it. I want America.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I want people to change. I want people to change. I want people to realize, like, we're worth it. Like, I'm worth the idea that I actually do this right, and that's a big part of what my job is. I come in, I help people actually understand that, hey, look at it this way. You could get this all fixed up, and even if it's not perfect, at least it's something you can enjoy. And I really recommend people think about these projects like you're talking about, home improvement, or if it's pest control or anything like that. No one wants to see a big pile of termite droppings, outside their patio cover, and it's almost fallen over. Get the stuff repaired and enjoy it, and have your family over. Invite Uncle Vinny and Maria over and have some pasta in the backyard. Share a glass of wine and really enjoy your life. And I just don't see it. And I know that has nothing to do with shopping.
Oh, yeah, it
but
does.
I'm telling you, it's quality of life. I just spent an hour and 30 minutes coming in for the show here on the freeway, and you just want to, the aggravation like that is not needed. I want to think about what we do. I want to do it properly. I want to execute it, and I want to enjoy my life. So,
The easiest way, make your game plan, right?
Yeah, I
Shorten
like it.
it down. If there's 40 things, bring it down to 12. Do the most important thing first, right? Get in there, get it done, and then the extra couple of ones you can do at a later date, right? Because just think, as you were saying, and as you were saying, Cliff, right? We're all getting up there a little bit. I need a step stool because I'm the shortest one out of the bunch, to do that. But think, like both of you are saying, how many hours we work. How many things do we do? When we get home and pull in that driveway at night, we want to take that deep breath and then go and enjoy what we got done for us. Don't worry about showing off for the neighbors or whatever. It's us, because that's therapy for us. And then, we can call our psychiatrist and say, thanks, I don't need you anymore. He'll be crying, but we'll be happy.
well, yeah, I love it. I love that.
And talking about this, we never asked you, how did you get into this anyways? What's your
okay,
story?
so I was a college. I had a really great plan after college. Unfortunately I dropped out, and I really didn't know what I was going to do. I was recently married, and I started in construction. I remember making $8 an hour, and it stunk. It was really bad. This was in the 80s. And I literally learned from the wrong end of a shovel. That would be the handle, by the way. Okay.
Kind of figured that.
Yeah, I learned from the wrong end of a shovel about the business, and I learned a lot about construction. I learned how to read blueprints and run jobs and run all the trades and things like that. And I didn't really care for construction as much. I got into sales, which turned into loans, which eventually turned into real estate. I sold a lot of new homes. When I say new homes, I mean hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of brand new homes. I worked in the track. And like I was talking to my friend Rich a couple of days ago, I was with you. We were talking about I learned how to do things creatively because I had a huge corporation behind me, and I just had to make sure it all fit the legal standards of what a transaction looked like. And that freedom that they gave me was nice because I got to learn that a lot of things aren't as simple as they are on where you just hire a real estate agent, you do a transaction and move on. There's people have things that complicate their lives. And so I've kind of come in and I've kind of filled that little space. And you've got people out there that maybe they inherited a home. So I'm dealing with this like literally as we speak. I've got a family down in Westminster. Dad passed away 7 years ago. The lady who took over the home, the daughter, she simply has never really had to pay any bills in her life. Well, she's 54 years old. And for whatever reason, she never paid her taxes. Okay, so now it's 4.5 years of this not happening, and she owes a big balance. What is she going to do? So she brings me in, and we develop a strategy on how to take care of this. And it can be a lot of hard decisions. And I'm not going to say there's not tears involved because there often is. But I feel really good about this because I was there yesterday. And, she was a little cross at me. That's a good way of saying it, maybe a week ago. But yesterday, hugging me, apologizing, saying, hey, thanks a lot. I see you really got my back. And I came home, and I've said derogatory things like, oh, this person is very difficult to deal with. But coming home back to my wife and my daughters, I'm able to say, wow, we've done good. And I guess that's what gets me up and gets me going is just that. So I started doing this construction. I did a bunch of loans. I did a bunch of real estate. And now I'm able to use all of that experience to go to people that these are people that aren't, it's not that they don't know what to do. There's so many options out there today. There's so many options. It's hard to make a decision. And a lot of times people get mired in that. And so a consultant like me is nice to be able to help you. Hey, should I spend the $54,000 that the contractor wants to redo this entire house? Or can I put it on the market today and maybe only get $21,000 less? Well, in the way I'm looking at that, that's like a $30,000 in your favor to make a decision like that. So someone like myself is there to help with that decision. And that's really what we do.
And that's good to know. And what I'm going to do tomorrow, guys, as sometimes it's a little later in the morning than what I anticipate. But by the time I get into my office and I get on Facebook, as you notice, I've been writing down comes on the program the day after. I put them back on again. So if you need somebody and you lost the number or you can't remember the name or your computer, blew up in the middle of the night, who knows, call me. You can let me know. I will get out my handy-dandy book, and I'll let you know, well, who's the who's and the what's the what's-us, okay? So don't worry about it. And when you were talking, Cliff, of everything that could happen on somebody's property or somebody else's property that you're visiting or whatever, you know what I mean? And you hit the nail on the head, Jim, when you're saying the legal end, right? Now, I met Ann, and she is from Legal Shield. I do my homework on everybody before I get them on this program, believe me, because I don't want you guys getting the wrong information, just like I don't want to give the wrong information, right? If you want to spend $28 a month, that's it, to get Legal Shield on your side, anything else happen, you call them up and you're covered. Take that $28, call up Legal Shield. You can get their 800 number off my site pretty soon, okay? Call them, get signed up, because if somebody falls and, somebody gets bit with the bugs or whatever, and you were the last guy there, who are they going to come after? You, then the homeowner, right? Somebody comes on the property, they fall, or the ceiling falls in or whatever, who are they going to do?
That's right.
They're going after you, right? Okay, then they're going to come after me for having these people on the film, and I'm telling you what to do, right? Yeah. Okay, call Legal Shield. Best thing ever.
Yeah, I'm familiar with those kind of services. They've done well for me. I've used them in the past. Attorneys are very expensive, and that's actually really good advice you're giving. I see that you don't have to call an attorney and get an pay $800 or $1,000 for a letter, or for that matter, in today's market, even getting them to call back.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the hard part, and that sounds like a nice service you're promoting.
Yeah, and it's, we're all helping each other because we all want to be happy. The happier we are, the happier our family is, and the better it is at work, right?
Yeah.
And basically that's what it is.
I just like the idea of being competent, and I think people that are competent, they carry themselves differently. Their shoulders are back. They're ready to go, and that's a big part of what we do. Cliff, I don't know your service as well as I should. It sounds like someone I need to employ. Okay, but having a professional come out and give a real live good opinion about what's being done, it's invaluable. It really is. I mean, I know that. I know that's an obvious thing, but it's easy to kind of get caught up in, I don't want to pay the $28 or the $86 or whatever it is. But that peace of mind is really, really valuable.
It is, and it's going to help everybody straight across.
Yeah.
Right? And it's really funny. I'm going back to my Brooklyn years, all right?
Did you ever leave them?
No, not really. Not really.
She hasn't.
Not
She
really.
hasn't.
But when you think about it, having people that you deal with, from your buggy guy or your real estate guy or your doctor or whoever, the Indian chief, whoever it is, if you meet the right people and you get involved with them people, right? Just think, at the end of the day, when you put your head on that pillow and go to sleep, you can take that deep breath and know that everybody that you know is protective and everything is going to be good.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, you can't put a price tag on that.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
And if you just tuned in, you're listening to Let's Go Shopping with Bev right here on KCAA 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind. And we have my dear old friend Cliff from Cliff's Pest Control. Phone number
909-887-1862. That's 909-887-1862.
And our new friend on the board, Jim.
Well, thank you, Bev. I can be reached at 951-880-8646. That's 951-880-8646.
And bump out your company name.
It's the Keller Organization, Inc., and we handle everything real estate, construction, anything to do with your best and biggest asset at your home. We'd love to help you with it.
Okay.
I just realized
Yes.
I'm one of those TKO Incorporated.
There you go.
Yeah, right? TKO.
Uh-huh.
That means total knockout, Bev.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I kind of stunned me because I haven't heard that saying in so long. I'm like, whoa,
I'm quick.
There you go.
Yeah, that is cool. And Richard is in the audience, and I think just because we should ask him. Richard, is there a question you'd like to ask these two guys while they're here?
I thought of a few as we went along, but
Uh-huh.
then I forgot because I got Alzheimer's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I got one for the bug guy.
Yes.
Or your buggy guy, as you say.
Yeah.
Worst bug story. We want to hear it.
Yes.
Believe it or not, I mean, there's some nasty jobs out there. But the worst bug story is we were going up for a director's meeting up in Northern California, and there were about 8 of us, and we were all eating lunch together. And we got into bug stories. And the lady in the booth next to us got up and said, "We're trying to eat lunch." So I would say that was a really tough bug story.
No more maggot stories?
Yeah, it's just kind of one on them. And then the other is she's now my office manager, wanted to go on a job with me. And I said, the lady called and I went to look at it, and it had to do with rats. She got to the front door and she couldn't walk in. It was just that bad.
Holy Toledo.
And I said, well, come on, let's go, Kim. And she goes, just a minute. I got a phone call coming. I was in there for over 20 minutes, and it was bad. Trust me. It was bad. And twice I tried to get her to come in, and she found all the nice reasons not to come in, and she won't go on a call with me again.
Yeah, it's scary. I consulted on a property in Riverside that had such a bad rat problem. It was a dog kennel. The house was being like an illegal dog kennel. There was like 800 dogs on the site. And the rat infestation was so over the top, just out of control. They call it rat oil, the dark kind of
grease.
goo, the grease. you can't get it off of anything. And I think I was there probably 15 times, and every time I would come home, I'd be laying in bed after my shower and everything, and I would still kind of like have that remnant of that.
The rats?
Of the rat oil. No, it's an actual smell. I mean, they leave it on the ground so other rats can follow them, and over years and years and years of thousands of rats rubbing against the wall, it turns black.
You know, that sounds like my sister's cooking.
Oh. But the worst smell is roaches. I can walk to a front door and I can smell roaches, and I'll go, this house has roaches, and they go, how? I said, you smell it often enough, you know.
Yeah.
Been there.
Ugh. You know, just thinking about that. So now I'm going to get another can of Lysol and spray my whole house before I go home.
Yeah.
You know? Yes, Rich.
Bev, I do have a question for Jim. Jim, in about 1 minute, because time's running short, what do you think of the real estate market today? Up, down, sideways, what? Where are we at?
Well, I'll tell you what, I like the market a lot, but, you know, I got to tell you, everybody has their own tolerance for what they're looking for, and depending on your age, depending on what the part of the cycle you're involved in, I personally do not see that the market's going to, you know, there's this big bubble that I keep hearing about. I don't see it. I think lending is really tight. I think it's not easy to get a loan. Back when there was the debacle before, it was very easy to get money. It was kind of flowing. It was kind of everywhere. It's not like that now. It's a little more protecting. But I like it. I'm purchasing. I purchase homes right now all the time. I'm selling them. We're getting record prices for the homes. The market is really strong today, and stay tuned. Maybe it'll change.
Well, yeah, we're going to keep in touch with us.
Beautiful.
You know, because I'm getting involved in this thing now myself. And the one thing, I don't know about you guys. Maybe it's just me, okay? I don't know. When you go to an open house and everything is just done perfect, you're even afraid to walk in there with your shoes on. You know, it's so done nicey, right? Okay. And then you walk in and you have a question, and the realtor that's there that's supposed to be showing the house, you can't find the person. You know, and I'm going, now wait a minute. And I thought about this when I was having my lunch, and I wanted to talk to you about this after the year. I got 2 good ideas to help out a realtor with all the questions. Wait till you hear, this one is going to blow your mind out, yes. You know, oh, and we just got the 2 fingers.
Oh, boy.
That means 2 men
on the same hand.
Yeah, on the same hand.
Have to clarify, on the same hand.
These are the good ones. And Andrew, is there anything that you would like to ask?
No, I just like all the bad stuff with all the businesses that you bring on, like the horror stories, you know. Those are fun for our listeners.
I'll catalog a few of them for you, believe me. I got a lot of good ones.
I bet you do.
I got a lot of good
I bet you
ones.
do. And then afterwards, these 2, I'm going to be so happy that they met and they're going to get together. You know, it's a blessing in disguise. I mean, bada bing, bada boom, the family's getting bigger.
I like it.
Don't you? Okay, now guys, one more time. All your contact information. We'll start with you, Cliff.
Cliff's Pest Control, Inc., 909-887-1862. That's 909-887-1862.
And Jim.
That's Jim at the Keller Organization, and the number's 951-880-8646, and we'll answer any question you have about real estate, 951-880-8646.
All right, and Andrew, thank you for another good show. He's a cool guy. He's my board up.
I like it.
I'm pretty awesome, let's be honest.
Yes, you are. And I love your hair.
Modest, too.
Yes, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. Be safe, be happy, have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you next week, same time, same station, right here on KCAA 1050, the station that leaves no listener behind. And Dr. Bombay and the Blue Machine Band are going to be dancing us out of the house. Ciao, everybody.